today's video, we're going to talk about your habits and opportunities. So in the previous video, we talked about building a list of your bad habits. And today we're going to talk about the opportunities and how to kind of overcome those bad habits, right? How to change them to be better habits. So a little bit about myself. I'm pretty basic. I don't do anything super crazy throughout my days. I'm actually, on a pretty tight schedule. So most of the time, I'll wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll make food for my girlfriend and I will pack her lunch, and I will make sure she's all ready to go for work. So, I do spoil her, if that's okay. All right, so I do that. That's my morning ritual. I love to do that. That's what makes me happy, okay? And then I start getting ready for my day. And as I get ready for my day, I hold my book and I'm reading my book. I read my book while I get ready, okay? This is the stuff that, keeps my mind focused from the moment I need to start my work day, okay? So from that time, I'm reading about 1 to 2 chapters, so this way I can start thinking. I can start, getting that mental shift that we talked about many videos ago. Every single day, every single morning, I train my mind to want to learn something more, which is why I read books, okay? So as I work through my work day, I'm listening to music that is more of meditation style, not so much like, I want to sing along to it, so that way I can kind of stay calm, I can stay collected, and I can also stay on track, right? So by now, you should have a list of your battle plan, right? So things that you need to do, and your schema maneuver bad habits, so that way you know what's causing you to kind of deter or veer off track from your actual, battle plan, right? So now, once you get your list of bad habits, I want you to start thinking about what opportunities do you have to kind of sway away from it. So what I used to do, like I said in my previous video, which was I used to like to party. I used to like to work a lot, and then I used to like to party a lot. And I was going in circles. I wasn't really progressing in my life. And once I knew that this was something I needed to break, I started doing less and becoming more. And by adding books, by adding meditation, by spending time for myself and with my family, I was able to build better habits and really take that step forward. Okay, so once again, all I do every morning is I prepare food, I prepare her lunch, I read my book, and I'm ready to go for my day, right? Throughout my day, I'm working, I'm listening to meditation music if I have the opportunity to, and as I'm kind of transitioning to go home, what you have to do is you have to understand what your mentality is, when you're at work versus your mentality when you're at home can actually be a pretty bad habit, because a lot of people take work and bring it home. And it's not that, you're working at home. It's not a physical thing. It's actually your mind. So just like, I've told my girl plenty of times, sometimes she brings work home. And the reason why I know this is because some days she's super sweet to me, and then some days she snaps at me all the time. And I'm just like, honey, look, you can't bring work home. You can't talk to me like, you're at work, or I'm I'm a client, or, I'm an associate or one of your peers. Because I know the difference. I know she's really sweet with me. So when she comes home and she's like a little bit sharkish, I'm like, take 15 more minutes to unwind. So these are small habits that can actually help you in the future, because once you realize that once the workday is over, let it be over. Work will always be there, but you want to make sure you also spend that good time, with family, with your friends, or spending time with yourself. Okay, so make that a very good habit. And so after my workday, I'll usually spend the drive home, listening to music I sing to now, right? So I probably don't look like a great singer, and I'm not. But I spend this time listening to music that I'll sing along to, so that way it's my time to unwind, right? It's me time. And so by the time I get home, I'm already back to being my normal state of mind, right? And now I'm creating this good habit. So every time I'm at work, I'm in work mode, and every time I'm at home, I'm at home, right? There's no work involved, okay? And then another good habit that I have is when I'm at home, when I'm with my family, it's not the time to check my phone, check text messages, whatever the case might be. That's my time with my family. Every single night, once I'm done with work, when she's off of work, we have come to the conclusion that we're just not going to work from home, okay? The reason why that is because as much as it is important for you to make a battle plan for your professional life, you need to have a very, very solid plan for home, okay? Because home is where the heart is, and home is what's going to get you through a lot of the stuff you're about to go through professionally. If you keep, progressing forward, it only gets harder. But having a good foundation at home, making good habits at home, is really what's going to help you get through, all of the hardships that are to come, okay? And the hardships aren't going to be a bad thing, okay? With the good habits that you're forming right now, just like doing your homework, taking action today, really doing the practical application in your days right now and not waiting for tomorrow, these good habits will make it very easy, okay? But as you can see, my day so far has been very boring. And so once she's home, she gets tired from her work day. She goes to sleep a lot earlier than me and actually spend more time reading at the end of my day. And the reason why I read is because I start my day, meditating or reading a book, so that way I challenge my mind. I end my day exactly the same way. The thing with your battle plan and building good habits is the battle plan is good because you have a quick overview of how you're going to spend your days, but you want to make sure every single day you start it to challenge yourself, and you end your day challenging yourself, so that way in the morning you're prepared to challenge yourself again, right? So it's just on, off, right? So now every single night I read my book for 2 to 3 more hours, believe it or not, and I start planning, I start thinking, okay, what am I going to implement more tomorrow? So I already have my basic battle plan, but what are things now that I've learned today that I need to adjust for tomorrow? So this is why I end my days reading my books, and then I'll go to sleep, okay? So now that you have your bad habits, now that you have your list of these are going to be the changes I'm going to make them good habits, I want you to start thinking about how you're going to end your days. How are you going to end your days to hook into tomorrow morning? By doing so, you're going to get less anxious. You're going to know what to expect tomorrow, right? And the whole point of this process is to kind of continue learning from today and implementing it tomorrow. If we say, this is my battle plan, and this is my 30-day battle plan, and I just stick to it, you're actually not using what you're learning today to change your plan. Your plan should always be ever evolving. You should never just stick to it. I mean, the habit's great, but right now I want you to challenge yourself even more. Take that next step further and hook your nights into your morning, so that way you kind of challenge yourself just a little bit more, right? So all these 1% increments we're doing, I'm always going to challenge you to do a little bit more. So maybe it's time to get that notepad, because the homework's going to get a little bit more intense, right? We're going to have more homework to do, but once again, this is creating that foundation for you. So now this is your schema maneuver. We're going to go a little bit more in depth with the next video, so stay tuned.